Stephen Curry delivered 46 points in the Golden State Warriors' 125-120 win over the San Antonio Spurs, a night that featured one of the NBA's most unique visual contrasts. The Warriors needed every ounce of Curry's scoring and control, especially with Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle producing triple-doubles in front of the Spurs' home crowd, per AP News. The duel between Curry and Wembanyama turned into the story of the game, one built on pace, angles, and the kind of improvisation that has defined Curry's career. Curry embraced that dynamic after the win. When asked about driving at Wembanyama and attacking him inside, the reporter compared it to David versus Goliath, per TalkBasket. Curry smiled. He added, "Yeah, I mean, when you get those possessions, you try to just be decisive. I tried to shoot a couple rainbow moon balls over him. He challenges you in a way that doesn't make any sense." He continued to praise the Spurs star, saying that the height and recovery ability from Wembanyama created situations that felt abnormal even to him. "So, I saw it in the Olympics and it always catches you off guard, but he's going to be around this league for a long time doing that," Curry said. Curry highlights the challenge of beating size with skill. The most striking moment came during a late-game sequence that showed exactly what Curry meant, CBS Sports reports. The Warriors ran a high pick-and-roll to give Curry a runway at Wembanyama. Curry snaked off the screen, shifted left, then crossed over back to his right in one sharp motion. The move beat most players, yet Wembanyama stayed attached. Curry tried to pull him out to the perimeter, then attempted another shift in pace, but Goliath stayed in the picture. Even when Curry gave the ball up and sprinted off screens, Wembanyama chased him step for step. On the same possession, he rotated to cut off a Draymond Green roll, forced a Gary Payton 2 miss at the rim, then ran the floor for a putback over Green and Moses Moody. It summed up why Curry said Wembanyama challenges you in a way that doesn't make any sense. Draymond Green's defense also stood out, and Curry made sure to credit him. He loves these types of matchups. He just made him work. He was physical all night. "That's the only way you can go against a talent like that," Curry said. Jimmy Butler explains Golden State's formula. Jimmy Butler added clarity on how the Warriors closed the game, per NBC Sports. He had 28 points and 8 assists, but he focused on Curry's impact rather than his own. "You always have a chance when he's on the floor, especially when he's making incredible shots like he was," Butler said. He then shared what he calls the art of getting out the way. "Give the ball to 30 and get out the way. The talent will create the disadvantage, and I think that's what we focused on tonight," Butler said. "Give the ball to Steph, get out the way, and let Steph do what he's been doing for so many years in this league, and good things happen." Golden State needed that approach to outscore the Spurs 76-64 in the second half. Wembanyama finished with 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists, while Castle added a triple-double of his own. The Spurs suffered their first home loss of the season, but the game offered a preview of future Stephen Curry versus Wembanyama battles, skill versus length, pace versus reach, and a rivalry that will only get more compelling. The Golden State Warriors are facing early season turbulence after a 4-1 start fizzled into a 6-6 record, and the tension inside the locker room is beginning to surface. At the center of the unrest is third-year guard Brandon Podziemski, whose bold public comments about Stephen Curry and the franchise's future have reportedly rubbed several teammates the wrong way. Draymond Green hints at internal agendas amid Warriors' struggles. Following the Warriors' 126-102 loss to the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder on Tuesday, veteran forward and team emotional anchor Draymond Green offered a telling assessment of the team's chemistry. "I think everyone has a personal agenda in this league," Green said. "But you have to make those personal agendas work within the team confines. If it doesn't work, you kind of got to get rid of your agenda, or eventually the agenda is the cause of someone getting rid of you." Green's comments, though broad, were interpreted around the league as a subtle reference to rising internal friction and, according to multiple reports, Podziemski's preseason remarks have played a role. Podziemski's "better than Curry" comment created early tension. According to ESPN's Anthony Slater, Podziemski raised eyebrows within the organization after repeatedly speaking on his long-term ambitions, including one comment about wanting to surpass Curry, the franchise cornerstone and four-time NBA champion. Podziemski made a number of comments in the lead-up to the season about his long-term career ambitions, Slater wrote in the aftermath of the Warriors' loss to the Thunder, including a news conference answer to a question about whether he wanted to be as great as Steph Curry. Podziemski said he wants to be better than him, an answer that elicited some eye rolls and continued references from several within the organization. The 22-year-old guard, who is averaging 12.0 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 3.1 assists, is developing steadily but remains in a limited role behind Curry and Jimmy Butler. Podziemski doubles down. When they leave, they've got to leave it with somebody. Podziemski didn't stop there. In an October interview with The Athletic, Podziemski boldly expressed his desire to become the Warriors' next franchise leader. When they leave this thing, they've got to leave it with somebody, Podziemski told The Athletic. How can I have their trust? And they can go to Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy and be like, hey, we want to leave it with him. While ambitious, the comment was viewed internally as premature and provided fodder for veterans concerned about the young guard taking on too much too soon. Draymond Green issues warning to Podziemski. Green, never shy about speaking his mind, addressed Podziemski directly, urging him to be careful with how much he reveals publicly. Be careful. Don't tell people too much, because the more you tell people, the more they use it against you, Green later warned. We all believe he's going to be one of the guys who takes the torch. But the moment you have a bad game, that's when it turns. Green emphasized that young players haven't yet absorbed the full weight of the criticism that comes with being the face of a franchise. When things go wrong, they don't get crushed. We get crushed, he said. When you first start going through that, that's different. I don't want him to experience that before he has to. Green says leadership must come naturally. Green reiterated that Podziemski's moment will come, but the team system and hierarchy aren't designed for him to lead yet. He'll be that, no question, Green said. But it ain't his time yet. He doesn't even have the opportunity to be that yet. This offense isn't built for him to take over. It's built for him to be aggressive, not to take over. Green compared the situation to his mother's wisdom. Be a kid as long as you can, because then you've got bills. Stay in that spot as long as you can, he continued, because so much more comes with it when you get to the place you want to go. Warriors searching for stability as pressure mounts. The Warriors' uneven start, combined with Curry's recent flu-related absence and rotational questions around veteran additions, has magnified every internal misstep. As Golden State attempts to regain its footing in a tough Western Conference, ensuring locker room alignment may be as crucial as on-court adjustments. For now, the Warriors need Podziemski to grow on the court, and perhaps speak a little less off it. The Golden State Warriors are slipping into a familiar pattern, a hot start followed by an alarming skid, and league insiders are already wondering whether the franchise will explore another in-season trade to stabilize the roster, similar to last year's franchise-altering deal for Jimmy Butler. With Golden State searching for answers and the Sacramento Kings off to a disastrous start of their own, a surprising potential match has emerged. Warriors eyed as possible Sabonis suitor. According to Alan Stiles of Sackdown Sports 1140, a California-based NBA team, Down the Freeway, is monitoring the availability of Domantas Sabonis, the Kings' three-time All-Star big man. So, when you're trying to trade for Sabonis, there's a team out there, and I heard about a team not too far down the road that could be interested, Stiles said on the Alan Stiles Show. And when I say down the road, I mean down the freeway. That team could look at a Domantas Sabonis. While Stiles did not name the Warriors directly, the geographical hint and Golden State's well-documented interest in upgrading the front court immediately fueled speculation. Stiles added that Sabonis' contract may complicate things. He's not going to live up to that $40 whatever million AAV. He's probably not going to do it anywhere. That team might be better with him, but he won't be producing at that contract level. Warriors' front court issues spark trade rumor. Domantas Sabonis, Steph Curry, Warriors. Golden State's offseason swing for veteran Al Horford has not paid early dividends. The 38-year-old big man has already missed 5 of the team's first 12 games and is averaging just 5.6 points on 34.9% shooting. By contrast, Sabonis is in his prime at 29 years old, and his skill set aligns seamlessly with Steve Kerr's ball-moving offense. The 6-foot, Lithuanian Averagesian center is averaging 15.8 points per game, 13.3 rebounds, lead the NBA, and 3.9 assists. He never averaged fewer than 6.0 assists in the prior 3 seasons. His elite passing, toughness inside, and rebounding presence address several glaring holes in Golden State's roster. Kings facing their own crisis. Sacramento's 3-8 start, tied for one of the worst in the West, has triggered whispers of a potential rebuild and fire sale if their fortunes don't change soon. Following a third straight defeat, a 122-108 loss to Denver, Sabonis voiced his frustration. "No one wants to start like this, especially with our home crowd. They deserve better," Sabonis told reporters. "I don't have any words, we just have to try and figure this out." Still, he maintained optimism. "I'm definitely confident. We have a lot of talent, a great coaching staff, great management. When things get tough, people go their own way, but not with this group." Despite his positivity, a grueling 5-game road trip looms, a stretch that could determine whether Sacramento sticks with its core or opens trade discussions. Kuminga's name resurfaces in trade talks. The Kings previously offered Malik Monk and a protected first-round pick for Jonathan Kuminga, but the Warriors reportedly declined the package. Kuminga, who signed a 2-year, $48.5 million contract this summer, becomes trade-eligible in mid-January, conveniently lining up with when teams typically intensify trade talks. After a breakout October, 17.5 points, 55.4% FG, 45% from 3, Kuminga has cooled significantly in November, averaging 12.3 points on 41.4% shooting and 18.8% from 3. His inconsistency, paired with the Warriors' frontcourt problems, makes him a logical centerpiece in any Sabonis-related deal. Will Golden State make the big move? With both franchises underperforming and each possessing something the other needs, Sacramento looking for youth and scoring upside, Golden State needing size, rebounding, and a high IQ facilitator, trade chatter is expected to intensify as January nears. Whether the Warriors bet big on a Sabonis partnership with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Butler, or continue developing Kuminga, may define their season and possibly their championship window.